versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. It's understood, it was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job, just how I should. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. Understood, it was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job, just how I should. I feel it all, I'm feeling numb, I lost my soul, it's on the run. I need a spark, I need some fun, I'm in the dark, like what's to come. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. It's understood, it was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job, just how I should. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. Understood, it was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job, just how I should. It's me versus me, it's you and I. The time is now, it's do or die. I chose my path, no choosing sides. I'll take what comes, hit for the ride. I'm that guy, no more time for the bad guy. Never going back to the bad side. Need the holy water, get baptized. Yeah, I'm that guy. No more time for the bad guy. Never going back to the bad side. Need the holy water, get baptized. I'm that guy. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. It's understood, it was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job, just how I should. It was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. Misunderstood, get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. Understood, it was always me versus me, it was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part, wake up and I do my job, just how I should.
Aburrido con ganas de qué, averiguando qué hacer por la noche. Entonces entras en mi cuarto pa' ver. Dice, levántate mi amor, hoy vamos a beber. Taxi. No hay trabajo en la mañana. Ponte algo sexy, bebé. No hay trabajo en la mañana. Tírate un selfie, bebé. Yeah, hey. Ponte algo sexy, mi amor. Tírate un selfie, mi amor. Hey, dale, tírate un selfie que te ve bien cabrón. Brindamos todas las copas, que se trabajo. Tírate un selfie que te ve 1,000,000. No hay trabajo en la mañana, un bendición. Baby, put your favorite dress on. And baby, we can skip and go right to the sequel. Prende Philly Blunt, take a hit for the people. El Instagram, que se algoritmo. Machuca sin vergüenza y la tiro con ritmo. Agua. You know I like it like that. You know I like it like that.
Call me crazy, but that sounds like a little bit of cowbell. I need to get a cowbell icon on the membership things. An emoji.
No hay trabajo en la mañana, que se del trabajo. Huepa, mamacita, huepa. Huepa, mamacita, huepa. Huepa, mamacita. mamacita guapa, guapa, mamacita guapa.
Gotta get the cake. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you? I do me, do you? This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you used to.
Here we go.
This ain't what you. No, this ain't what you.
For those of you that haven't hit that like button, I sincerely thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. My name is Lane. We're looking at Bitcoin here. Did a little stream a little earlier. You caught it. Kind of going over what I got here. The title of it was a video that can change your life, and I did talk about a video that was recently launched on YouTube. A trader talking about mindset and about his approach and using philosophy, or his approach, how philosophy has helped him just to kind of unlock the market. That was alpha, that was gold. It kind of ties into the things that we talk about here on this channel, about just hearing real traders talk about real trading stuff helps make you a better trader. Highly recommend that video. Links to it are in the Telegram group. And we started off looking at Bitcoin. So we're looking at this. I've been following it on the 6 minute just because of, she's kind of boring and dull. I make my plans. I watch her, plan her out, see what she's doing on the bigger time frames. That's where I plan my moves, and then I execute them on smaller time frames and watch it on smaller time frames, especially when she's kind of boring. But the plans come from the bigger time frames, and that's the key takeaway I like to drive home. Talked about how this measure move, I like this strategy. If you don't feel like drawing out the big old patterns and everything, draw your trend line, and you'll find a lot of times that last little move, well, it's a little bit more accurate for you, I believe. Try it, see if it works for you. Measure move from here straight down to the trend line where she breaks. This is a good identification of the trend line here. Why I got wicks going on is because when she came up and did a retest, that confirmed it was support. It was support, and then it became resistance. Is a support resistance flip just on the diagonal. That helps me identify that I've got it, or confirm that I've got a really, really valid trend line doing that. So from the top down to that, takes into regard this angle. That's a big thing. And it nailed it, put it right to where you're supposed to, right where the price broke out. I've been flirting with the idea of putting it where price retest. Probably would have worked out either way, but a lot more accurate. Putting it right by the general rules, traditional rules, right where it break up. Man, it nailed it. It nailed it. Now, I wasn't shorting or anything, but had I been shorting, that was a great short setup. And it's cool when these things come upon you, if you can think of that way, what are your options? So that's why we're looking at this in hindsight, pretending as we're watching it just as it plays out, and knowing when it breaks that trend line. The rules of engagement that I have for my set is that if nothing else, I at least take something in profit, if nothing else, especially if I haven't taken any profit below anywhere else on this rise up. 10%, 5%, 25%, whatever, possibly even closing the trade if I'm just, more like day trading or something like that, I'd be out. On a day trading setup, something like that would happen. Maybe a possible swing trade. This could have went either way there. If you exit your trade, then you have the ability to reverse it or to go short and short it down, and that's where the measure move would have come in just great. And of course, shorting down, and you see it come back up and retest this area that we broke out of, and it's got a good chance to do that. It's a great place to get in and get back in. Add to your position if you are shorting on the down. Now, I did not short, but at least you know that that's the possibility of a play that you've got there if you want to take that idea and go down. My plays, I'm building a longer bag and playing a much bigger position than this. I'm taking a little profit here and then looking for these areas to actually add back into my position as it goes back up. So there's lots of different ways depending on what your style of trading is and what works for you, and you know what you can finagle. Some of you guys work full time. Man, why are you itching so much? Road Dog needs a haircut.
What's up?
Excuse me while we have technical difficulties. It feels like a caterpillar is crawling all over my face. It's driving me crazy.
Boss ass bitch.
Anyway, that's my takes. Just a little insight there on the market. My game is I'm buying here at these little areas and adding to my position as they come up. Because I'm also looking at trend lines here and seeing, hey, baby, we're starting to want to break and turn this little baby around. Turn this thing around. This measure move was quite possibly the turnaround point just for this period in time. Also, do remember we are on a small ass time frame, so if you zoom out, you might look, oh crap, this don't even matter. There is a 618 Fibonacci area hanging up here that we have not yet hit. That is an area that we definitely could get slapped down from. And when I zoom out, it makes a little bit more sense. I'm going to tighten this trend line up. This trend line here, I'm on the 2-hour time frame now. There's a copy from this angle here. We established it from wicks to where she lined up best. I don't think it was on this 10th trend line. But we're going to put it right over here on top of this guy right here. Starting down here, this was the first part. This was the high. This was the low of this little leg. That should be relevant for it to track this angle. And when we do that, paying attention to that, well, I'm just as surprised as you are just to see how well it lines up, but that's how the angles and stuff works. This isn't premeditated. I didn't do this before the stream at all. We're just adjusting things. This is what we do all the time. And this is the kind of results I'm just kind of used to seeing. It doesn't surprise me anymore. Like, no, that can't be real, man. What? Did you just pull up at? No, dude, it just lines up like this all the time on its own. If you just follow a few little simple rules, man, respecting the angles and trend lines, dude, you would be surprised. And how much it reveals. It's just telling you a story right there. If you're just there, able to read it, hear what it's saying, what it's trying to communicate with you, making some higher highs and higher lows, confirming it on now a confirmed channel breakout. This sucker is getting ready to move. According to this time frame, just based on price action. We have not even brought in the indicators, shall we? I forgot we had them. Oh, look at you. Now the 5 moving average strategy is going to tell me, you're wrong, Road Dog. She's going to go sideways for a little while. She got to make up some stuff. Maybe so. 9 across the 21, we're bearish, but hey man, we might be recovering that. I don't know. Got a trend line we're respecting. I challenge you, 5 moving averages. I challenge you, break that trend line and not recover. I think you might recover. Because she's already recovered here on the 1 hour. She's recovered that 9 moving average, and that's the first step to glory that I see when I'm looking for a recovery. We're claiming that 9 moving average. Once you're above the 9, baby, you're usually riding just fine. I likes it. Bitcoin go up, that usually means the altcoin go up. Is they gonna go up? Look at here. Look at here over here on the altcoins. You see we got a trend line. So we got a secondary trend line forming. I do that little bitty thin line there earlier just to kind of track it. She's respecting it. It went from the candle bodies here down, followed the wicks, and that's where she's coming, and she seems to be catching it. If she doesn't hold, we would be coming down here, but that first little green candle is a good sign that we might be recovering. That means a bounce up for altcoins if that's true. I'd like to come over here to the bigger time frames, take a look at total 3 because, well, that just kind of gives us a little head up. She's regaining the 9 moving average, still having a little bit of problems here on the bigger overall total 3 picture, right? Things look good overall. Momentum looks good on the 1 hour. Let's zoom out just a little. Ooh, what was that? Well, what was this? Let's look at this first. This is the daily. Great time frame to kind of go by. You zoom out on the daily, you kind of see that all these moving averages are kind of coming and bunching up together, is right there with price. getting it all twisted. No, I don't want to see a bunch of crosses. I'd like to see some bounces here, or at least crosses to a downside. So on the daily, we're just flirting with this idea. It's not confirmed, and if it does confirm, it's not the end of the world, but it sounds horrible. Overall, it's a bearish sign if it happens. Doesn't have to happen, and I've seen them have quick recoveries. That is called the bear cross when the 50 moving average, that's this blue one, crosses this yellow 200 moving average. When they cross on any time frame, it is dubbed the death cross. And you can expect price to go down, man. Lose all your money or short your way to riches. Play it both ways, and you're from my OnlyFans Signal group where I post a Bitcoin price chart with my Bootsy pictures. Ha ha ha. Anyway. So will it cross? Or can it just ricochet right off of it? It can. We could be doing that with this price bullish action we got, recovering that 200 moving average right there. That's a big deal, folks. That's a big deal. We're above the 50 moving average now, and we're just got to take out this 100. That means we need to get above this. We got to have just a few more billion coming back in here, man. So at an interesting place, really, for altcoins, smaller time frames will kind of tell us. I'm looking for, here's the trend line that we drew. This will make a little bit more sense. That's the one that we're respecting so far. As long as we continue to respect that, this green candle gives me hope. The Ichimoku cloud kind of suggests we got to have hope too. It looks like we might see another couple of days of good news out of altcoins. It looks like it's starting to respect it. Not out of the woods yet. It's got to reclaim the non-moving average. Keep in mind, there is a Fibonacci area here that rejected us once, could reject us again. Still a good place to take a little profits, but if total 3 can go just a little higher, if we can start getting about, if we can see $640 billion, that's just about, what is that, 12 billion more dollars come in? That's nothing at this point. Here on the 4 hour, we talked about that death cross, right? On the daily that may be coming. On the 4 hour, we got something called the golden cross. 50 moving average crossing bullishly over that 200. This is traditionally seen as the official buy signal for this time frame using this strategy, these moving averages. Doesn't necessarily mean buy now, but it means buy the next pullback, because good things may be happening. And this is a foreshadowing that, yeah, the daily may just turn out to be all right. And we may just be just fine. Maybe just fine. The road may be bumpy, but it looks like altcoins still got a little bit more gas in the tank to start revealing itself as this week unfolds. Give a shout out to everybody who's hanging out with me tonight. We got Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber. How's it going, Joe? We got Trey Spot, Crypto 420, Crypto Brat, Celinda, out there killing it. I just know she is. Sam Webb, Rising Sun. And Crypto Brett says, can we look at Brett? Remember you asking about that? We'll look at that. SBL XLM, should notice. I picked up another bag of XLM, a little one, see if I can build it, just to see what I can do with it. My little Degen kind of wanted to try her out. I keep remembering that article, or that, what was it, Forbes magazine at the time? No, The Economist magazine. Might talk about that a little bit. So let's take a look at Brett. Let's get started on these altcoins. Take a look at first the crypto bubbles over here on the daily. A little bit of mixed bags, a little bit more red than green. But look on the weekly. That's good. That looks kind of awesome. Hadn't quite recovered on the monthly. Look at the ones that are up. Popcat, Mog. Mog's having a little bit of a bad day. These are some of the strong coins. Look at ICP, Ego, believe it or not, whatever's going on over there. XRP making a little bit of a comeback. OM, that one. That one. We've talked about this one, but I think there's something special going on with this one. So if you got it back earlier when we were talking about it, cool. If you haven't, then she might be, we'll look at the charts and see if there's anything that might be coming. Caspaneer, Popcat, whatever going on over there. All right, Brett, here we go. All right, here's one. Something we looked at before there, okay. So we got to measure move, but it's not confirmed because, well, we never got a breakout. And let's kind of figure out. Looks like it might have got just a little wider. Fleshing out there. There's a breakout. So you gotta, if you're forecasting, good to kind of do this and adjust. The rule is you apply the measure move for the width of the channel after the breakout. So I'll tell you what, I'll make a dotted line, just kind of tell me that it's an anticipated measure move. That was not really an official. You see that a lot with people, you know, that will take a measure move. They've got whatever pattern drawn out, whatever their thesis may be. To the upside. Doesn't always work out that way. I think I had a point there and I forgot what it was. But yeah, you gotta keep up, and once you get a big move to the upside like that, a big nice curve rounded up, usually gets them down and sideways coming. But it doesn't mean that everything's going to flag out. I guess that's what I was trying to get to. A lot of people have this flag mentality. That seems to be one of the biggest things. They immediately think that we're going to be into a flag, you know. When something starts coming up, immediately starting to draw a flag pattern, and you get this bias, oh, it's going to be a flag. Well, they got big measure moves. They go to the upside. They go up a lot. And I mean, I see crazy measure moves, and you get into this bias when really it's just fleshing out. And then you see all these other ideas I see thrown out, you know, where the bottom reversal patterns, things that you look for, you know, when prices are down here, patterns that you look for that give you a signal that, hey, we've reached the bottom and we're getting ready to, you know, instead of coming down, we're going to start changing direction now. We can look for those, but it's not always a clear thing when you find these bottom reversal patterns at the top. That's not where I'm looking for them. I'm looking for top patterns. I'm looking for these guys right here, which even there's you know, not a whole lot of agreement about that either sometimes. So Brett, what's she doing? She getting rejected? She's at what, 13 cents now, right? She just got rejected off of 14.8. So if I go from wick to candles, I might have a little something. Let me see if we got some respect. She got some respect on that angle. She respecting that angle. Why didn't you go candle body to candle body? It sounds like you're a little wishy-washy. I kind of see the angle that it's forming here, and it looks kind of steep. Answer that. If I went candle body to candle body, I would start here. And if I can get my line, and then go candle body. Yeah, I mean, I would do that. That's valid. You got this guy, but it respected it here, but then we're kind of deviating away from it. So that's telling me something else would happen. But is this relevant? I'd say it is. I'd say you'll find that that angle is respected too. And you could look at this being the area for a retest just by that idea. So you got crisscrossing angles. It's like a chain link fence when you really break it down. And you're just looking for intersecting points, and that helps give you a little bit of an edge on this market. So we're going to dot this little guy or change his color or do something. And this is what trend lines tell me. And sometimes where they, if you're particular with them, sometimes you'll see something at these points where they cross, where they intersect. Sometimes that will pinpoint a moment in time when it might be at the exact point. It's crazy, but you know, look what happened here when you line everything up. It's just an intersection of a piss poorly drawn channel that I've got here. But there's a little something to it. W.D. Gann saw that. That's why I'm fascinated by his work. Let's take a look at ICP. Over on Binance, she just keeps it going up. She's at $10 now. When she was down at $5 at $6, and she didn't look like this with the little V-shaped recovery and everything. Do you remember the sentiment for ICP? I mean, she was thought to be crap before, and then she thought, oh, she didn't get a fair shake, and she's good and got really good technology, and everybody liked it and everything. $16, $20. And then when she starts coming down, do you remember the sentiment? I mean, the videos that are out there, people talking about ICP, trash, crap, not worth it. Let it, you know, it's burning. Nobody wants to touch it when it's at bargain prices. It's that way with every crypto. It's a psychological thing we all go through. It was hard for me to want to buy it, but I knew this is cheap. I'm going to move all my bags over and borrow against them and build me a bigger bag. And that was the smart choice for me to make. Because used to, I mean, I felt that too on all these coins, but it's funny when you look back and see some of the, maybe some thumbnails or some streams where people are talking about, man, I wouldn't touch it, dude, I don't, you know, and all these things, all these hoop for it to show before, you know, it'd be comfortable to get into it. And that's a conservative way to look at it. It is. And there is nothing wrong with that. That just saves, that's a safeguard that keeps you from getting burnt. So that's good advice, you know, to make sure something's past a level showing a change of trend, higher highs and higher lows. There's not saying anything away from that. But you've got the people. I mean, you've got different classes of people or different ways to look at this. There has to be buyers at every place. There has to be sellers at every place to make this market work. But in some places, the people that can get in these bottoms are. And they're jumping out there when nobody wants to do it. They're jumping out there and everybody's capitulating and selling and saying, this is trash, man. I used to like this coin, but it ain't doing nothing. And now everybody don't want it. And they just think some bad news article come out. I'm selling. And yeah. I'm trying my best to be one of these little bottom feeders. I'm trying my best. It's tricky, but gosh darn it, it pays a lot better. This is one of my best performing bags since I did my little thing down here. She's up at $10 now. She was down to $5.88, man. Even at this Fibonacci level, you know, that we call out and identified here, to where she is now, that's up 50%. Looking really, really, really strong. So I got a target at 1086 she should be heading to, and possibly up here. Oops, don't screw it up. $12 is 12.9 is what I've got. So I'm at the $12 area. Should be headed back to $12. When you zoom out and look at ICP, you can see what's happened with all the run down, and she's been down at these low prices before. And I've been in her for a while. I mean, it was even worse, you know, last year she was down to $3. Nobody wanted to touch it then, and then it got a little bit more positive action. And it got a little bit more people believing it. But even at $20, they capitulated. It got a nice little retracement. So it lost its trend line, and that's what we're looking for now to try to make it back up to that area. And remember, every time that you break a major trend line, one of the first place key areas that you want to put for a target to retest is the actual breakout price, the breakdown price. And now we can see that we've got that level identified here. I don't know for sure if that's a fib. It may be a Fibonacci area, but our 200 moving average on the daily is also hanging around that area, and that doesn't surprise me at all. Saying that's a very strong area. That means that for the average of the last 200 days, we've hung around there until this crap happened. And when you know what happens when you strum a guitar string, you know the string's in the middle, but it'll waver back and forth, right? We just kind of gravitate back toward a middle area. And that's kind of what your 200 moving average kind of represents. In a nutshell, kind of. So we can go back to that area. So $12, man. $12.38 look good, ICP. Zoom back over here and see what you guys are talking about. Sam Webb says, I need to get out of a lot of these coins. I do too, Sam. And I got my plan. I've talked about that on the membership streams with my spot margin thing. But I figured, you know, I need to get out of them, but I might as well put them to work for me while I'm in the process, right? So, but yeah, it's a bad habit to get in too many positions. And I've said that all along, even though I'm guilty of it. I'm one of the worst. It's a bad habit. And it's bad habits that keep us from doing things. I mean, there is a shotgun strategy out there. It's not the most sophisticated strategy, but that's basically it, where you're just throwing a little bit into a lot. Basically, if you did that, you'd kind of want to evenly distribute it, though, if you're trying to do that. Like some people would take low market cap coins, which would include your memes and little new projects, and just kind of, you know, $100 into about 50 of them and see what pans out. That's not what I'm doing. I just ended up with a bunch of different projects. This one's hot. This one's hot. This one's hot. This one's now. This one's going to change the world. This one, they're all they all can't. And it's easy. It's easy to get too many coins, but I'm in the process of flushing out a bunch of them too and trying to weed them out. And it's challenging because now I got to draw favorites, and even that, man, try to get that list down to 25 coins is. That sounds like a lot right there, doesn't it? For some people, like, my goodness, 25 coins. Dude, I'm just trying to get down to 25 coins. There are 25 different token projects. But I think it's not a bad idea of the strategy. Just kind of do that over the bull market. You see a bunch of crap coming. There'll be a bunch of new stuff coming out too. Another shiny object to get you distracted from, you know, building wealth, to start chasing candles and contribute to their wealth. Because that's really what it is. XLM, I'm sorry, SPL. Let's go to XLM. Stellar Lumens. I mean, XLM, XRP, they got some, you know, interesting histories, I guess you'd say, developments. Or Jeb McCaleb, I think, was the founder behind this, and there was some kind of, I can't remember the story with him and Ripple or whatever, but he's the guy that we thought was keeping XRP price down for so long because he could dump billions of coins every month on XRP. But he's behind Stellar Lemons, but no more. He was also behind the Mt. Gox. It's an interesting story if you look at Jeb McCaleb. It seems like wherever he goes, he's just left just in time to evade a disaster of some sort. And I can't remember, but somehow I think it. Stellar Lumens, I know. They were working with USDC. I think USDC started with them. I don't remember the whole story, but they're tied with USDC. It's one of the chosen. I think this is interesting. Are we dipping out? No. This is The Economist. if I'm not, I think, is it the Rockefellers are behind this magazine, The Economist? This came out like in the 80s or something. And it's talking, get ready for a world currency. And look at that logo. It's a circle with a horizontal slash going through it. Now it says 2018 as the date on it. That's kind of interesting because this was back in the 80s, 1980 or something when this came out. I just think that's interesting. And then you look at oops, I'm at Reddit. And then you look at Stellar Lumens, and this is their symbol. It is that kind of, and they're tied with USDC. Their initial release date, it says, was 2014, so that isn't tied with 2018. So maybe it's nothing, but it's just kind of interesting. I just always thought that was kind of interesting, the similarity. So here we are, Stellar Lumens looked like it respected the trend line. That was good because she broke it, and that was kind of scary. She had a little wiggle room. So we went from the bottoms here, candle bodies, down to touch all these, and it respected that trend line a lot until it didn't. There's wiggle room. Now, we established that angle there, right, from candle bodies. So in a situation like that, you can usually take this guy down and put him on the wicks here, and it should. I haven't tested this, but this is what I do in this situation, and it probably gives me some information over here, like how far it might, how much wiggle room I got. It took just a little bit more, but it was just a wick. And if we zoom in, so I do that kind of thing. The angles, it's the angle that's important to me with my trend lines. I don't know of anybody else that preaches that, but I do. And if it works for you, fine. If you don't believe in it, just turn your ears off when I say it. Move along, everything's cool. But for some people it could, that could be the little thing that just makes the difference. It was for me. It was one of the many things. So now I'm doing the same thing here, bodies to bodies, and this will be an area that we can find some resistance, and that's kind of reconfirmed by a fib area that we got right here, and also the 200 moving average. So it's a bunch of these things pointing. It's telling me, the chart saying, hey, this area at about 13, just a little under 13.5 cents, is a great future target. I will probably go there again. I may even go there sooner than not. I don't know when she would get there, but it keeps saying that target's good. And if we're sitting here at 10 cents and making it up there, well, that's a good little come up of about, what, 30 cents or almost? Your math sucks, Road Dog. It's only 26%. My math sucks, but it's 20% more than what you had, before we got there. Always adjusting. Now see how much better on this particular time frame, which was a 5-day, just making the adjustment. That line lines up really pretty. That's a nice strong breakout from here. Don't have a lot of volume going down here, meaning a lot of the force may kind of peter out here. She's likely to come back, but this pattern does that a lot. For a retest, it comes back to the breakout point or one of the area that supports on the way down there if you're lucky, before to retest that area where we break out. And sometimes she even just comes on down and follows that trend line. You never know. Locks and lock. It's like a box of chocolates. But we got a little guideline for our little box of chocolates. We can identify most of them with our indicators and our patterns and our rules and everything. We've got a little guide, but every once in a while you'll grab one and this is not what you thought it was going to be. And sometimes you might be allergic to that one, and that one sucks when that happens. But there's so much yummy goodness on the ones that we do kind of win. Oh, that was coconut almond. Oh, that's beautiful. This one tastes like boogers. We get those every once in a while, but the charts are there. There's a little map on that box of chocolates that when we look at it, sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it will help us. to the top of this and swing high to this swing low. That's where this leg started that we're taking that from right here. Nice little channel that we're in. Still could come back down to 10 cents, but she's liking that. Come on, baby. I see 13.5 cents coming. This might take her a little while to get there. Be a little up and down, but could be on his way there. A whale wallet unloaded 45 million XRP to Bitstamp. Looks like he unloaded some. What is XRP doing? Sorry, girl. You got 60 cents? I still got 66 cent target up there. That was, is that measure? That's like a Bukowski measure move. That's the color, or it's a fib level. It's a 786, I bet. She's a 786. Okay, I know what it is. Okay, so we broke through the 618 area. Yeah, that's the definitely next target area. About 66 cents. Boom. I would expect her to definitely get rejected there and probably pull back to 60, 58, test this area. But it was a lot of congestion over here before. So if XRP were to kind of niggle its little way up there, about 66 cents, maybe even wick a higher, it could, but 66 seems to be a top area over there, and kind of shoot her down and kind of fizzle out. See something along the lines, something like that, maybe. I'm not great at figuring out how she's going to react and perform during these levels, but I do have a little knack of figuring out what those levels are that she'll be reacting at. But anytime that I thought, oh, she might do this and bounce here and do, my man, she never matches up with what I got. But the price is getting hit. That seems to happen. 6 hour odd ass time frame. I know, not here for any particular reason, just ended up here, but reading what I got, and it says it looks like they can get a golden cross here, 50 crossing the 200 moving average, blue crossing that yellow. You can identify a strong move here for XRP, man. Just draw your trend lines. I mean, bodies to bodies, you had this angle, you had that angle. Now you got this one, and now you got one more, which looks like it's breaking. When you get down to a smaller time frame, you'll see that one. So, connect this little guy. Where'd you go? That one, and then you got that one, and this one broke. So that's basically, man, this is my take profit strategy, and this is my strategy. The various thing is my strategy, really, to watch things mostly on a bigger time frame, so that I'll know when to get in and what everyone. This is my swing trade strategy. It's just following the trend lines. That's it. Every one of them tells you when to get out. The smaller the time frame, the more you can nail it. Everything's got a trend line, but when they start going straight up like that, yeah, go to a smaller time frame and nail that sucker. So this was a good time to get out. This was a good time, which was the same price, ironically. Or to take profit or get out. This was a retest of this trend line, and this could usually ends up being an M or something like that. But when she breaks the main trend line you're looking for, you definitely want to make sure you grab it. These are great little places to take profit, and that's the basis of what I do. You get everybody else just kind of guessing if they need to take out, or maybe they wait until we start making low lows and they're like coming down here and thinking, oh my gosh, I got to get out, and selling at the, giving up all their gains. If you got some kind of strategy where you're nibbling out at these places, to me, I think that's a great way to take profit. For example, the price got too far away from the 21 moving average, and you're like, what the hell does that mean? I got to eyeball it and kind of figure out what does that mean? That's so subjective. But a trend line just lays it out to you. Man, you cross this line, you need to be paying yourself. At least a little. And if you just know what your main trend lines are and all those little chaser trend lines are, if you want to call them that. But ultimately, I mean, I see so many people get out of trades. They get into, they work so hard to get a good position trade. They get a good entry on a good setup. or put a good setup that could turn out, and then they just jump out so early. It just throws off the whole risk to reward ratio. I mean, it just made, you know, I mean, you might as well call it a failed trade, even if you made money as a trade and a trader. Your execution of it was poor in compared to the plan. So it means that you need to focus on developing better habits and skills so that you can actually plan a trade and then effectively trade that plan, instead of letting emotions come in, because that's what happens. So it looks like it's too far from the 21. Get in, get out, go out quick. Okay, and that can work for you. You might be profitable, but there's a lot of tire spinning going on there where you're making a lot of smoke, but your portfolio is not really moving forward. And I like to see number go up. Hopefully I'm making some sense tonight. Are you rambling? Somebody get this man some vodka. Sam Webb says these candles are tootsie wootsy footsie candles. Grimmer says GTAI. Let's take a look at GTAI. Here it is on Big Cat. Have I looked at this one before? Woo, baby, she came out. It looks like she found some support down here on something. That's a steep retracement. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. There we are. She below that 886. That's steep. She's not out of the woods, because she could come all the way back to the zero area. Let's see if there's anything else that she's trying. Looks like it's trying to break back above that Fibonacci area, which would be golden. We're trying to figure out if this is a possible bottom, and that's steep, right? What else can? Let me try just a few other things here. See if we can kind of figure out if we're kind of bottomed out now, or if there might be a little bit more down. Oh, I like it. I don't know why you went past it, but I liked it. Okay, there's something there. We're on the right track. Looks like we may have found some respect for this one. Yeah, that's you. Did I fib? I didn't flub that, did I? It still looks too long for a measure. I'm playing around with ideas and just seeing how they kind of relate concept. Find a little something there. So we're gonna hope that this is a bottom. If not, it's not a fun ride. It's a little support there. Let's keep an eye on this. This area that we got marked, that I got marked out here, 85 cents basically. If she can recover that, get above this 50 moving average and stuff, I would feel a lot better about it. I mean, a ballsy move to buy it anywhere from, I mean, she got down to as far as what, 64 cents? She's at 84 cents. So, I mean, anybody that had the balls to buy there And you could have been following a trend line and saw a breakout of that area and say, oh, I need to jump in here at 68 cents, which is great. Yeah. So, I mean, there is a breakout for this, but it's kind of a rounding thing. So it's not a solid if we played it from, you know, these guys or something like that. She could be at a bottom. I would feel better if she got above this bottom fib area and regained it. And then I would be looking, I'd be targeting at 188, somewhere right through here in the 180s. It's kind of my take on that one. Just to see what she's going to do. That's on the daily. The 4 hour is interesting because now on the 4 hour, it's trying to regain that 200 moving average. So this would be a key area to look at. This would be a good time frame. This will give you a clue if it's going to make it or not. Because if she gets rejected and the moving averages can't cross that 200, you're in danger of losing and coming back down. But the price starts closing candles above the 4 hour 200 moving average, then it'll probably the days will be bright and sunshiny. It should start looking better. So it looks like there might be a little sunshine just right around the corner there. Trey Spot says Octa. I haven't looked at that in a minute. MexC. Oh look, was that a target way back here at 222? Was it a target? Was that a target that got hit? Was it? You suck, Road Dog. It went all the way through it. You didn't nail it. Shh, shh, shh. Let Road Dog have his moment. It's for the algorithm, for gosh sakes. If you don't get out here and toot your own horn, nobody's going to toot it for you. And I feel like a tootin'. Oh, excuse me. Well, there went all the subscribers. Oh, nailed it. All right. Vanity aside, let's see what we got going on here on Octa. I can't see what it is. Oh, isn't it a fun pattern? I love these. These have been fun. I was skeptical about them at first, and you know, because they look wild. They make some wild claims, man. When you're in them, you're like, well, that looks like a bullish megaphone or a bearish megaphone pattern. And you're like, bearish? Then you say, you put a target like way up some crazy price, and I know it sounds crazy, but this is one day you might turn around and boom, and then they're fun, man. And then they start getting on their own thing. So let's get rid of some of these old ideas here where we looked at it before, like, I don't know, getting in here and buying at 128 when she was at this little guy. Look, if you've done this and put this major move to the upside, actually, if you played that the way it's supposed to be played, watch this, watch this, watch this. If you're trying to play something that's a bull flag, I didn't do this for a long time. I didn't. I did this the way that I was showed, and I would take a measure move and I would put it over here at the breakout, and I would have a target up here, and it wouldn't go there, and I'd say, you suck, Road Dog. You can't do this, man. You suck. Everybody else makes money and you don't. You don't know nothing. But then Thomas Bukowski, God bless his heart, you know, sitting over here at this freesite.com because I'm too lazy to look at the book that I actually do own a physical copy of, the encyclopedia of chart patterns. But he's got all this over here easily for our convenience, that we can go over and check out bull flags or something like that, or just flags. I think you have to learn to navigate it. And did you move it? So when you get a flag, his recommendations, when you take that measure move right there, you put it at the bottom, the bottoms. That's the same thing we do with my Fibonacci 1-to-1 AB equals CD moves. There's zone to this nail the targets like mystery. It makes you look like a freaking, like you're Houdini sometimes. It's crazy. It's the magic of the fibs, I'm telling you. But the secret is to put it down here at the where we got the price right here. Just line it up with that last little point there, and look how much better that measure move works out. I like it. Come on, Sammy, admit it. You know I'm right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, got you. That's how you do it. I don't know. Sammy likes to. I don't know what the hell he thinks. He does weird measure moves, and then he moves them around and stuff. And to me, why would you even take a measure move if you're going to just sit here? I don't like the angle of it. I like to be here. Why don't you just say, hey man, I just think price is going to, just close your eyes and go pick a dot and draw a line. Just draw a random line and just say, I'd like it here. Because the measure move is to be measured. It's for a measure, and if you wonder why you're not accurate, that might be the problem. But if you follow the rules, you get good results, and if you break from the rules, then you get some weirded results. Like if every pattern looks like a cup and handle, you know, maybe you have a bias for cup and handles. And a bias for anything is not good. Robert Doc, just tell me where price is going, man. What you talking about? I'm sorry, I get on these things where I just like to talk about stuff. Oh crap, I forgot to, I'm sorry, I have to do this. I'm trying to do this for the algorithm, but look, wait a minute. Oh, I got two though. I got 238. Where did that go? 238. Oh my God, did we nail it twice? Oh, that's 242. 238. 238. 230. Did we nail it twice? Did we snipe it for this one and then have a plan for sniping it for that one? 2 targets? A double dipper? Not bragging. It's just, I don't do this to say, oh man, I'm so, no, I do this, but I mean, because it confirms that the stuff that I've studied and put my money into and practice and tried, that it works. It's effective. It is not foolproof. It's not 100%, but this crap does work if you follow certain rules and parameters and you respect it. And don't just try to willy-nilly, you know. If it's a top pattern, play it at the tops. Don't try to wonder if I fit it into the middle or the bottoms. If you follow just the rules, man, you get good results. I don't know what some of these people do sometimes. Most of them on YouTube are pretty good. I will admit, most of them are. But I see some that are just like, I think you just read the headlines and read the cliff notes and tried to put it all together and then said, here's a trading group. And I don't know. Nailed it. Twice. Okay, so maybe we need to draw like big arrows or something. Do you have big arrows? Like here and here and yeah. So no, I'm just posting this over on our Telegram. I mean, it's just document it. That's all I'm doing. Apparently, they like people come to your groups and say, "What does he do anytime? Can I throw it? Can I throw it on Twitter?" I don't know. That just seems to be a part of the game. I really don't give a crap about it, but we're going to do it. So how do you do this again? I take a picture. I'm taking copy image, and then we just go over to Telegram. I got a free group over here, man. I got the lounge over here. The descriptions are in there. The links are in the descriptions and stuff. I can post them in the chat if needed, but this is where all the cool kids hang out. And I got a CoinTrends bot over here. It does TA and stuff. It's all free. And I post, I don't know, it's where the cool kids hang out. And then there's the maze, which is the chart room. And this is where, see, there's all these little topics over here. I want to post this in my vanity wall over here because that's kind of vain for me to do this anyway. I'm like, what was this? Octa? Nailed it. Twice. No uno, no uno, pero segundo. Dos. All right, so now that we got all the vanity stuff out of the way, let's look and see what we got. Because this is old news now. That already played out. Where are we going? This pattern's still valid until it's not, so we can extend this trend line. As crazy as it sounds, I know, right? So all this trend line is still fair game, even though kind of notice that we're losing. It's kind of rounding a little bit. It's kind of deviating a little bit. So we're showing some weaknesses in this pattern. So I'm not really expecting us to really make these big tops anymore. So look for a possible roundiness going on. I'm on the daily. I want to span this out so I can go from this touch bottom here to some candle bodies. Give me some body touches. No lawsuits, not that kind, just touching candle bodies there. And that tells me to where we might be coming down to. We got a spread. Might even try to narrow this guy down. I would bet. There might be a channel idea here. Oh, there is. Look, wicked right to that angle. So I've got like a channel idea going on within my overall pattern. So we got kind of a range in between here. That tells me that we can come down and touch the bottom of this range. And likely line up with these areas down here, so it makes perfect sense. Just as long as we don't make a lower low, and that low would be below 158, it should be kind of cool. I'm trying just to put a price label out, but it's not letting me do it. There we go, finally got one. So in a situation like this, fibs, I think, fibs tell me a lot. I like fibs. Doesn't tell me a lot there. I think this one though. Ooh, baby. Go touch that. Make sure I'm not wrong here. Make sure I'm dial that in. That looks fairly good. I think 248 looks like a good target. I don't know if she's going to go much higher right now. I like 172 for a buy target. I like 248 for a take profit target right now. Higher target maybe 288. We'll throw that one on the radar, but I kind of doubt it. Just right now anyway. Kind of doubt it right now. But nice formations, man. Nice formations in there. Oh, yeah. So when we're looking at these series of higher highs and higher lows, if you will take a Fibonacci extension and base it on the first hump, it will reveal to you secrets about where the price may go to. And the 227 and the 2618 are very, very, very good areas to look at. Very good ones. We already got past this 1618. That was one of the main ones to look at. There's an area she had a lot of resistance at. She went through it there all right though. When I pull this, the biggest one I want to pay attention to when I'm doing it is the 3618. So I want to mark that little guy. This guy right here. For this whole move, this is the main area. This would be the top that I'll be looking for. This is how I determine, or where I'm getting when you hear me talk about the pullback for altcoins that we've had over the past few months. The signal that I ignored was one of these that was in. We had a pattern that was telling me. I had a lot of little things telling me, and I was even saying, I got videos where I'm saying it, but I'm not doing as much about it as I should have been. So execution is what matters. After you get convincing narrative from your own TA, not necessarily what you see me or anybody on YouTube do. You've got to find this with your own TA. You guys how many people here, put a 1 in the chat if you have got your charts open. Even if it's on your phone, I'll even allow that. Or if you got TradingView open, let me know. Because if you're trying to learn, that's it. Hang out on the live streams, and whether it's me or whoever else, you chart along with us. You're going to pick it up. You're going to pick it up. I used to think this was rocket science. When I'd learn or I'd read, I'd make my eyes cross. Sometimes it's like when I go to some of these websites that we look at, going over some of these projects, I'm just like, my eyes are crossing already. Or, anything, any kind of brochure, or boring crap, or some kind of scientific abstract or something. I don't know. A lot of things, as I get older, make my eyes cross. I'm like, I don't want to look at that crap. But TA has actually turned out to be fun. It's one of the most fun video games I've ever played in my life. Strategic. Gives you the dopamine rushes. It's cool. If you treat it like a video game, it is fun as hell. 361 octa is my top target based on what I've got here and the trajectory we're on. Not saying we're going to meet it anytime soon, but when we get up to that area, I would say, don't listen to the Moon Boy saying $5 next. I would say, hell no, probably about $2 is next. Just throw that out there. What the hell is this guy talking about? He looks like a scarecrow. Hey, Trade District got his trades. Yes. Joe's got his charts up. Crypto 420's got his charts up. Yes. Sam Webb's got his charts up. Crypto Brat's got his charts up. Trey Spot's got his charts up. Hell yeah. I agree. So, what we got? Miro, Caspa, of course. Floki. Haven't looked at Floki in a minute. Adrian Simic's got his charts up. Yes, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. For real, man. That just helps you. It solidifies those ideas. Especially if it's a new idea to you. It's like, oh, I don't know. It just, if you're, I don't know, maybe it doesn't make sense if you're sitting here watching, but once you start drawing it out and mimic it, and suddenly, I don't know, it does. It just opens it up. Strega says, Ma got lifted on Fair Trade. Okay, cool. Or you mean BitUnix? Oh, is it on BitUnix? I need to. I've got an account over at BitUnix, man. I took from $100 up to $1,600, and then all the way back down to almost $200. Yeah, during this last drop, it got as low as 200. I round tripped an account, a 16x, and round tripped that little sucker. And it's a combination of stupidity and then just not being active. Because I was wanting to take a small account. You can actually take a small account. It's hard. And that's why I think that's why it takes some time and patience, and it's not really YouTube worthy material. Oh wow, let's go watch this stock turn $100 into $125. There's some baby steps that go with it, but I need to keep up with that. But I need to check on that one. I need and do that live and trade on the stream with it sometimes. I've got so many windows open right now that I don't even know. Well, screw that idea though. Let me close them. Oh no, that was the wrong one. Yeah, don't leave that on. Don't leave that on. This is the video we're talking about. Guys need to watch that. Links in the Telegram group. All right, well, let's take a look at some coins we got some requests on. Take a look at Floki real quick. On the daily, I like this. That's important. 200 moving average is important on the daily. We bounced off of it. We respected it. Came down, licked it. Okay. Nothing more to see here. Went back the other way, and now we're getting pounced on the head by the 150. So that's a little area we got to kind of smooth past. I like this big cloud forming over here. It kind of makes me think it's going to suck us up into us and spit us out around where it's got level off over the top here, about 0.00023 or even maybe 0.0002488 area. That's what it's pointing out. If we're bouncing off a 200 moving average, I'm pretty much guessing we got a bottom confirmation probably there. If we got a swing high, good enough for me to kind of speculate with a swing high to swing low Fibonacci pull. See that we got past my 236. That's my first green light for, hey man, this one's looking kind of good. She might be ready to do something now. Throw that little guy out there, flip him red so I know what he is. And of course, fibs are beautiful in my mind. We've already got the 618 area marked out, so I guess we've been here before. That's at 0.000264. I like that. I want to paint her red because I can't paint her black. And the 786 area, I think we figured this out from the pool. That's our most likely targets. The fibs tell me from where she pulls back to some ideas to where she might go to. A very steep correction like this pretty much gives us a shot to the 618. Maybe a Hail Mary over, it's not really a Hail Mary, but maybe a bonus point up to 786. and then we'll figure out what she's going to do from there. Broke this major trend line. I like that idea. Next place I'll be looking at is 0.000208 area. So close it's not even worth the nailed it if it hits. That's just kind of, that's just what we expect it to do that. This is the one that I wanted to hit. That's the nailed it. At 264. Floki. What the hell does all this mean? How much money did I make? 16% up to 46% to the 26, 47, whatever area. TradingView, you got too many zeros, man. I can't talk in zeros. It messes with me. So here's the cool thing. Now, we had this trend line we broke, and that's it. It's always going to be resistance, blah, blah, blah. But the cool thing, now we got this. Now we got our channel. We got one touch, and we'll count this as two touch. Might be able to count it as more if you zoom in or whatever, but we're on the daily time frame. Now we got the angles, which I love the angles. It may not even be showing us anything just yet, but we'll look. Look, we bring this little angle up to this resistance point here, and it gives us resistance. That's crazy how that works. Let's take her right up to that candle bodies, because I'm a body person. The body touch is a wick touch. That looks good. What she got over here? Didn't quite touch it. Now I should have been, before I moved it, looked like it just nailed it and everything, but it wasn't, it didn't follow my rules. My rules are to put it to bodies and see what it does. I might want to second guess my angles here. I might have something going on there. Let's try that. Angle touchy. That's good. It's not going to make a difference. But I'm that anal with this. I am. I get that anal with it. Look, just making that little improvement there and put that line lining up really good against that 200 moving average. That's got to be an act from God. Anyway, what the hell does that mean? But still, that's just what I do. So we've got a channel idea that we're in. Okay, that's cool. It's not our main idea, so dot that little guy out and make it a little bit less important, but it's an idea to consider. Let's go back down where we started from with that trend line and drag him up. Oh, look. There's something. What we got here? Let's pull him up to these candle bodies. What we got going on over here? A little something, something. It's not a perfect matchup for this one, but I do the bodies over here, and we got wicks to the top. There's a little bit of support resistance going on there. There's a little something, something there. I like that idea. I would have dot you up, baby. We got another cop. Oh, what did you do? You broke it. That's why we can't have nice things. A little something, something there. Maybe. I just go straight to the tops. Go to the body of the candles. And that lines up nice. Those bodies, these wicks. That's an idea. Put it up to this wick, because this is where I'm trying to go to. The bodies, and then it touches that wick. This angle is important, people. And this angle can help us figure out, maybe even to help put a time frame on when price points will meet. It sounds crazy, but there is a little validity there. But most importantly, I mean, they will help us figure out some targets where they cross other areas, other horizontal areas that we got marked up. Support and resistance, where the horizontals cross the diagonals cross the horizontal. A lot of times you will see something there. Just try it. Play with these rules. Play with these little guidelines. Test the spirits to see if they are true. So the Bible says. Do it. Caspa. What you doing, Caspa? You hanging out at 17.8? That's better than where you were yesterday, right? Kinda, sorta, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we just hang out here for a while. I like you around 18 cents. It looks good on you. A little weight, you know. You need to put a little meat on your bones, Caspa. That's all I'm saying. Look at that. Nice solid trend. Kind of wicking through it. I'm not crazy about that. Starts out nice and strong. We got a few weeks. It goes a wick through, and then it respects it again. Then it drops down through it, and then comes back. To me, when I'm seeing that, those are signs that what's a weakening of this trend. So eventually, it can fall through. I'm just saying, just throwing that out. It doesn't mean she has to fall down to zero. It just means that this, I don't trust them when I start wicking through. I got to start including that information and start and give them a little wiggle room and do something more like that. Might as well just go ahead and do it. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Screw it. Go ahead and do it. It's giving us new data that we got to incorporate. So 2 ways to look at that, man. The meat of this trend line, the meat and the bulk, meaning that the price comes down, there's a good chance she's going to stop right here on this trend line because it meets up with these candle bodies. But on the odd chance, maybe it's a little stronger move down than it's not. Well, now I got to go down to these bodies, to this move, to give me a little wiggle room. But once she crosses this, my candle touches here, that's all I got. It's my last 2 touches. I got nothing else from there. It's over. I needs to be out or be paying myself or be making a backup plan or putting my head between my legs and kissing my ass goodbye or something when we cross that trend line, if we do. That makes sense. That's 15.8 cents. Will she get there? I have no idea. Looks like she wants to go up right now. What's this red line? It's just sitting there in the middle doing nothing but looking scary. What's this dotted line? It's just sitting there doing, probably has something to do with my time frames. There's an idea. Was that an angle play? That was an angle play. Not much happening right now for that. Casper's just sitting out, man. She's gonna go sideways for a long time. She goes sideways and then she'll go up. She'll go apart, and then she'll go sideways, and then she comes down. It's just she's the new molasses. Sorry to say, but when you got a coin that has billions upon billions upon billions, even as good as it is, she's going to be slow. Now, if there was a way that they could put a burning mechanism in on that to shrink that supply, that sounds interesting. Don't know if that would be necessary or not, but that would help things go quicker. Was that sacrilegious? Where's the button? Chat. There we go. Float it to the boob. What's up, Sam? Sergey said Mog got listed somewhere. Let's take a look at Mog. Dang. Shebang. Shebang-a-dang-dang. Look how well she respected that trend line for resistance right there, ladies and gentlemen. You can't get that anywhere. What does that mean? Wow. I think we were talking about what trend line magic. Oh, that's right. I don't think I've looked at it since we drew this line or this line. I don't think I've looked at this one since then. So I mean, we probably had something like this, and I was thinking, this is our, main trend line, secondary, tertiary trend line, take profits, that kind of idea. But then we come down and then she leg rides it, right? And what is it other than just a channel? Just a channel? Because price travels in channel. That's my thesis. You'll hear me say that a lot. Price travels. I'm convinced of it now. I'm sorry. I'm just damn. Disagree all you want. Say no, Road Dog. Price does not travel in channels. Say I don't care if it travels in channels, but I do care because it helps me figure out the channel. There's a high and there's a low and there's a middle in that channel, and if it's angled up, I don't know. It's just kind of cool. I don't even bounce off the walls until it breaks out, or it helps me out, baby. I don't know. But now, this little thing that it did here from this area, now that gives us something else. Now we got a new channel. What? We just figured out that channel. We got this channels within channels. It's a chain link fence, you might hear me say, but now we got this idea. Not confirmed because we only got one touch, and so this is not a valid trend line. I think from here on out, when I do this, I'm just going to make those dotted just to say. So not really. She's not ripe yet, baby. This idea is not ripe, but it's there. It's just not drawn out yet. May not get drawn out yet, but the idea is there. Lord Dog, you talk like a crazy person. You talk like an insane person. Look at that. From these bodies to that wick. From this body to that wick. From your mouth to God's ears. Support. Oh, nice flip right there. See that? That went the high, and now it's support. Now it's resistance. Now it's resistance. Now it's support. Now it's probably still freaking support, man. I would bet there's probably going to be a turnaround real quick right here for Mog. If I had to, if I was a betting man. If I was a betting man. But then I would also respect this trend line, that 50 moving average, because, you know, hey, man, might be a little sucker punch just to kind of swing you down there, wick you out, and then come back up and say, Draw another trend line here too. Look from wick to bodies, because there's an angle there that is liking, and it's crossing. I got lots of signs saying right here, man. But this around this 19 what point? How many zeros? I can't count that many zeros. 5 zeros after a decimal, and then 19 basically is a good place for this one to possibly bounce, because she made a higher high, higher low, higher high. Maybe she'll make a higher low. But just remember that higher low could be all the way down here to this trend line. She may not be through that one. Bro, Doc, you're just saying I'm just telling you where it's saying that we could likely bounce. Doesn't mean we're going to, but those are the bounceable areas in my personal opinion. And when they bounce there, I like to be on the bouncy ball. I like to be on the bouncy side of things. The hard part is being patient and waiting for it to see if it's going to happen or not. That's when the Degen comes out and plays. Why don't we just go ahead and jump in now? I mean, it'll balance out anyway, right? Yeah, it's all those crazy thoughts voicing themselves in your heads that start leading to those bad habits and things, and jumping the gun and making stupid decisions before it's time. In my personal opinion, and found what I found in myself. I don't know. You guys, might have a totally different experience. Strega said, "What charts? What's a charts? What's a chart up? Chart up? I can't speak." Linda says, I got the Alice chart up right now, and it's a beauty. She's been doing good. The gaming coins I've noticed have been coming out, and that's actually on my list today. I got my little list. These are mainly the ones that are popping that we can look at. And the gaming, I've noticed, looks like the gaming's starting to look nice. So I'm looking for Nakamoto Games. That's the one that I'm in. I'm not in Alice. Ooh, that one deserves. It's a nice 4-hour candle, man. That's a John Holmes candle right there, man. I mean, that's a candle, Holmes. That's what I meant to say, man. That's a Holmes. That's a candle. Man, that candle's like a swinging around like it don't care, man. That candle puts me to shame, man. I don't want to stand too close to that candle. It makes me feel inferior. Man, you are a wild read, Alice. I gotta zoom out. I don't even know what's going on here. Alice. Does Alice have a future? Just got the 6. What is this? 256. I like that. We're just going to bottom pivot. I'm using the 236s. Oh, tighten it up, tighten it up, tighten it up. And we'll go with this last one. Well, no. This one. They line up nice. I'm satisfied with that. These are all the bottom fibs, the 236 fibs taken from various tops down to this bottom, and it helps me kind of get some targets in this accumulation area. And the biggest one I'm looking at is 258. I think she can hit that again, and that would be a nice come up. She's at what, 245 right now? She's at one of those fib areas on this candle on the weekly. Now that I've got through the noise, let's go down to the daily. Testing the 200, so there's some resistance there. She's above this guy. May come back to this area, 125-ish. That could happen. That is kind of likely to happen. Doesn't mean that it'll happen like immediately though. Rounding shape. Now here we got a fibbable moment. And approaching. Yeah, there's your next target. I like that. And that's a good one. There's a support resistance flip at the 382 Fibonacci pull. So that's good. That's a good one. That's a good take profit. What is it, 155? Hasn't quite made it there yet. Expected it would. That's cool. And of course the 618. I would bypass that 0.5. I would say 618, here I come. 618 and 786. Those are two juicy areas. And then, oh look, oh, this was Confluence. I see Confluence at the 886 Fibonacci because that one lines up with a 236 pull. Sounds like just sounds like a bunch of crazy jargon. That just sound like, what the hell is he saying? He just keeps spitting out numbers and they're not even a price. What is he talking about? I feel like I do that. Is that kind of crazy? That's fib speak though. If you know the fibs, then it should make sense, right? The 886 and it doubles on another fib major fib for a bigger pull. I'm going for this one all day long. But that is just double. I would have my biggest order sitting right there. Have I told you the magic of the pyramid? Did I ever tell you the pyramid things? I know I did one, right? For layering in. Well, this is a clippable moment from Road Dogg, and I still haven't got to the news, and it's almost midnight. This stream is going much too late as it is. I think I did it, but I showed it backwards, right? This is alpha to me, I think. If you're trying to find a way to layer in to a position, I mean, yeah, you can go 50% or 50, or you can go, you know, equal amounts, $50 or $10, $10 or whatever. You got all kinds of ways to do it. Might I throw a way to you maybe you not thought about, a very more equal balanced way to do it that's in harmony with numeric theory? It almost seems almost magical in a way that as price dips down that you're getting a nice distribution so that you're getting to profit sooner. Might I share a little bit about that? Let's say you got, I'm going to do two different versions. Hang around for the second one if you've seen the first one before, but let's say you got $100. Well, you're going to put $50 in here and $50 down here? You're going to put 25, 25, 25? How are you going to do it? Might I say this? If you got a Fibonacci areas, notice you usually have about, you know, some areas here, 5 areas or something like that. Let's say we're going to do a fib pull or something. It's not, I don't like this. I want areas, but not necessarily for, you know, this range. What the hell is he saying? I'm trying not to confuse too many things. You got areas laid out, whether they're fib areas or not. Let's just put it this way so we can continue. So you got these areas marked down. Let's say you got 5 of them, or 4. They got 4 or 5 of those little guys, right? You got $100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Every number you go up, you're adding a 0. So $10, $20, $30. $40. You can go up to $40 and there's your $100. That's evenly distributed as price comes down, and maybe it doesn't hit the $40 mark, but you picked it up there. You just got $60 worth, and then by the time you get back up to 0, you're in profit. By the time you get back up to where the price started, you're in profit, or should be. You right there, baby. It looked good from here on out. Now, what if, did you know, if you do this and you go 50, 60, you go all the way to, if you got 10 points and you want to keep doing this and you're all the way down 90 to 100, you get $500. If you got $500, you can disperse it that way. Whatever your levels are, you could do that many times. Usually 4 little areas to buy is enough. So using the 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you wanted to go for a big old spread with the amount of money, whatever, adding, you know, a 0 after every one, counting to 10, you could do $500 just adding on $10, you know, increments that way. That makes sense? Anyway. Just a different way to layer in that maybe has not been presented to you before. Is that worthy of a like and a subscribe? Can we do that for this channel to help it grow and meet more people? Elvis seems to say yes.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Bingo chart count. Dave! Dave's not here. Striga says A0. I feel like when have I looked at this one? Is this the same as Aleph 0? If so, that one's had a rough time. It is, isn't it? I forgot. I can't get in, can I? Or can I? Sign in with Astrobot. With, sure, MetaMask. Okay, yeah, I can sign in over here. Cool. I've been missing Tokenmetrics, man. I haven't been signed into it the last few days. Give me a second here. They've changed it. Now I gotta get used to it. Analyzing over 4,000 tokens for you. So we're looking at, I'm gonna look at A0. We'll see how it stacks up. Aleph 0, yeah. Trading Crypto turned me onto this one, and I got into it. She's down from where I've been hanging around. This one I want to look at it for investor. Oh, she's looking neutral to buy on investor. Okay, so here's its grade. Fundamental grade, 68%. That's good. Valuation grade's pretty much in the middle, 45%. Leaning a little bit toward, we're smack down in the middle, just leaning slightly toward overvalued. Here at 46 cents, which I remember paying a lot more than 46 cents for it. She's had a wild ride. I was in it. I don't think I'm in this one right now. I think that one got onto my chopping block one time with KuCoin. I think with the KuCoin migrations when I had to make a call on it. Technology grade's at 55%. Market cap's 149 million, so she's still a small market cap. Aleph 0 is an enterprise-ready high-performance blockchain platform with a novel, directed acyclic graph, a DAG-based consensus protocol that has been peer-reviewed and presented at an ACM conference. To date, Aleph 0 raised $15 million for continued development, integrating with the substrate stack. Blah, 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 nerd speak, and expanding the team in 2020. Aleph 0 plans to enable privacy-enhancing features based on blah, blah, blah. Secure multi-party computation research and zero-knowledge proofs. It's a bunch of nerd speak. Rumor had it that they were somehow tied with Amazon, or going to be, so that was one of the things that was out there. I don't know. She's not been, but it is what it is, I guess, and it's been down. She's down at 46 cents right now. Let's get a better chart. A0. I know KuCoin had it, right? Let's go to KuCoin. Yeah, see, man, I have not looked at this thing since when? January, maybe? That's when these lines started. January, this pattern over here, which taking that crazy ass measure move, look at that. See, those suckers don't play out. I think I had an example, but we were probably talking about it. There was a measure move, but this one did. I haven't got another crazy measure move. That sucker didn't play out. Okay, so anyway, she make a lower low than what she had before here. She's looking kind of scary right now, I'll be honest with you. Look where all this at and take a look at her. Is it worth buying here? I mean, if you want to take a chance on it. Okay, we can figure it out and see if we got a 272. If so, then I think she might be bottomed out. Have you 272, Naomi? Not yet. She's not 272'd. What the hell is he talking about? It suggests that we may still be. I know. 38.5 cents might be coming for. I know you probably did not want to hear that. It's like, oh, you suck, road dog. I'm unsubscribing. But that's what she says. I got my $15,600 and something target for Bitcoin using this same thing, and that's I bought some there. I've had the order on KuCoin. Probably still got it over there to prove it, or the record of it. But I've learned, still learned a lot about fibs since then. What I've learned over, I didn't understand why this one worked, but now I've got a better understanding of it. Do you know the 1272 is the square root of the 618? Square root it out, you get 1.272. And it's just kind of interesting, and you see these numbers, these certain variations of the 618 be hit. That's what all these things are, except for the 0.5. But I mean, your 236 area, it's 100 minus, you know, what the 618, right? Or it's a calculation of it. Don't let me get it twisted. I'm not the master of it, but each one of these areas. Maybe we were thinking about the 382. The 382 is 100 minus 618. It should be that. I think the 886 and all that. They're all variations of the 618. It's just really kind of interesting when you dive into it, but you don't have to have all this committed to memory to take advantage of it. So you don't have to fill your head with a bunch of, it's not useless knowledge, but you can get the complete and utter history and dissection of something, or you can just go with what works. And I just kind of do the cliff notes with what works, but point you in the direction if you want to go down the rabbit hole. That is a bearish retest there. Man, yeah, I'm looking for about 39 out of these. Good old Elvis. GME on the New York Stock Exchange. How's it doing? Is it doing better? Oh, you back at $27? I don't think I'm in this anymore. I went back into Bitcoin. That's a true year. I was going to play it when she was going up through here, and this is about right where my average buy was. And I thought, I think Bitcoin will do me better. Let's clear this off and see what we got. For all my look, Nate, $63, Nate. I don't know. Let's fib her, because she's very wiki. Rookie. Look how beautiful this worked out, ladies and gentlemen. Look how beautiful. Swing high to swing low. Where did you go to? 0.5 fib. What is Charles Dow theory when you get an impulse move? That's an impulse move when you go from, you know, one of those God candle moments when price just goes parabolic straight up, and, you know, and where does a big, strong, good, solid move? He says that Charles Dow from Dow Jones, that's where he comes from. He says it retraces 50%, and that usually is true on the stock market. So the 0.5, we kind of lean toward the 618 a lot on crypto, which is, you know, that's relevant here too. But I hear rumors, and I have to say that because I don't do much of the stock stuff, that 0.5 is one of the major places you want to look for on stocks. 0.5. Seem to have respected that. So we know $65, it likes it. We know 51.83, it likes it. And I know by my strategy, this little accumulation zone. So I would dare say by my strategy that, was that a Bart Simpson butthole? Not until you color it yellow. Now you see it. Stop with the sound effects. They're free. $36. Anything below that, I think, is an accumulation is good. We're on the weekly time frame, man. It's starting to recover the 200 moving average. That looks kind of interesting. That's positive. That's good. Now the other moving averages have not flipped over there. I see some other things on the weekly with indicators. Ichimoku Cloud. It's got this little slim thing of red and green. I don't know what's going on there. That's because of this big move we had. Might be. Ooh, look at here. Market Cipher likes it. On the weekly, gave it the green light for go. Stochastic going to the upside. Money flow is still deep in the red, but maybe it's starting to turn up. I don't know, but that's one thought. Let's go to the daily. Daily is respecting that 50 moving average. So my rules are for my 5 moving average thing when we're on an uptrend, you know, when she breaks the 9, it's not good. But losing the 9, I'm looking to bounce off the 21 and seeing how we continue our move up from there. A bigger correction is a bounce off the 50. We bounced off the 50. Green light on now. We should start recovering and start working our way up. That's my opinion on it. So where's she going to go, Road Dog? Where's she going to go? Well, we can go from swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. That's not it. Don't tell me where she come down. Gosh darn it, Road Dog got confused. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. And here, on this particular move, we're just now getting above that 236 area. I think she's going to do it. $36 is on the table. That one is coming in pretty nice, but this 46 area. This price moves so fast that it's probably good to have several different areas in there. Sell orders, and I would dare say the fibs, she likes the fibs. 54 looks like a good area. So if I had to pick a bunch of areas in case she wants to wick up, you know what I would be tempted to do? I would be tempted to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 it down this and just suck up that profit as she bumps up there. We just combine the strategies. Do you see how beautiful that concept works out for taking some profit? You don't have to just pick a winner and then not get hit. It's not like, you know, throwing darts at them balloons. You can snag it all if they'll go. I put my target here, but it didn't get hit. Gosh darn it. And then it went down. This way you're snagging something. You're snagging something. Even shorting. Oh gosh. I don't know if you want to short GameStop. It has not had the best luck of that, but that would be the strategy for building a position. Does it make sense? Does anybody do anything similar to this, or is this something you say, hey man, that might be something I might want to try, or that looks interesting. That might be cool to try, Road Dog. Thank you. I mean, not for a thank you, but just is this helpful information? I mean, this is not something I see people talk about every day, but something that I think is something I do that seems to work and help me. I employ that strategy. I employ that a lot with I'm building the position trading, or if I'm building up a really, really juicy swing trade, I'm trying to get a good position in. Or take some profits. I use those kind of things. It is time now to talk about the news because Layer G's and G's got it, and I'm getting ready to turn into a pumpkin because this stream is going way too long. Let's see what's happening in the newsroom. I meant to do this at the very beginning, I forgot. All right, let's get this set up real quick. Tell me you're going to work for me, and boom! Oh, look, it did. All right, so what happened in the last 12 hours with crypto? Looks like we got Gala rebranding to G. Binance and Upbit will support GAL token swap, redomination, and rebranding to G on July 19th. This reset can create a fresh chart and unit bias, making it feel like a new listing for retail investors. As a trading strategy, one might consider buying Gala, GAL, before trading is suspended to capitalize on the potential listing pump. Take that for what you will. This is not financial advice. I'm just reading the words that's on the freaking screen from this dude, and you know, maybe not. It's a noodle. Grayscale launches a new fund for a decentralized AI featuring Tau, Filecoin, Livepeer, Near, and Render. Coinbase listed Ancient 8GG 88 token. Aether Foundation has announced $50 million community bonus rewards program after calling off the IONET token swap. Binary X has announced a proposal to burn 74% of the BNX max supply, moving to a deflationary model. The vote date is to be determined. D-Mail's announced Season 2 airdrop coming late July. Floki will have a marketing announcement on July 22nd. Pixelverse will reward Notcoin holders. Notcoin community gold and platinum levels will get perks from Pixelverse. Say Foundation has announced a $50 million Japan ecosystem fund to boost the gaming, social, and entertainment sectors. UTK X Money unveiled the financial stretch of UTK 3.0 tokenomics with the introduction of guilds. WorldCoin has announced an extension of its token lockup by 2 years, leading to allegations of price manipulation from ZachXBT and DeFi Squared. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce said staking and in-kind creation redemption for Ether and Bitcoin ETFs are open for reconsideration. That, my friends, in my personal opinion, is the blessings and the rewards or the outcome of the Chevron Act, which the Supreme Court put in its place. And that's where these government agencies can use their own internal experts, and those internal experts get the upper hand in the courts. They were given more weight in the courts. The Supreme Court said that Chevron doctrine was not fair, not right, struck it down, and now we're starting to see the government agency step into line, and they're not overstepping their boundaries like they could before. This is how monumental that the Chevron Act that the Supreme Court and recently announced has helped our country become more patriotic, more, or at least on the road to respecting our Constitution more, and we're starting to see a little turnaround. So God bless the USA. That was one of the steps that not only helped crypto, it wasn't even garnered toward crypto, but it's even poured over into crypto, helping us. That's why the SEC is dropping all these cases that you're seeing. They don't have a leg to stand on because their experts with their own biases do not have the weight in the courts that they used to have. Our legal system have saved this country. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. That was my mini rant there, I guess, at the end, but it's a good time to close. It's 12:15. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And go out there and make that good old crypto money, baby. Bags are going up, numbers going up. Makes you feel a little happier. And we'll be back. Whoops. Oh, God, that's not supposed to what I was supposed to do. Trade carefully. See you tomorrow night. Good night.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze.
Good night, John boy.